G'day guys, what's going on? Super here. Today I'm going over my round 13 review. I scored 1936 this week, which I thought was a decent score, but apparently it wasn't, so that's a bit devastating. Went down the ranks 876 spots, which is a pretty big fall there, which is not great. And yeah, did alright in the tipping though, that's alright. Nearly got the perfect week. I think I missed one. But anyway, for the trades... last week, Roberts was a late out with illness, so I decided that I'd actually swing him to Connor Rosie, which worked out to be pretty decent there. So he might go all right this week against Melbourne if you don't have him. I think it's a fair play to bring him in, but you might want someone like Wangaleen Malira instead, who's also around that 500k mark. So pretty decent options available this week if you don't have those guys. And then I also bought in Bontempelli, who I knew would go bad, but, probably should just listen to my own gut and, not bring him in. But, yeah, I just decided that I need him in my side and might as well get it over and done with. And, I've done that all year and it hasn't worked out for me, so probably should stop doing that. But got the Saints this week, so could break even. Hopefully he's got the 164 break even there, so... he'd have to have a pretty bloody good game to break even, but he's got a good record against the Saints. Just wondering if they tag him or not. And then he's got Richmond after that, so should be in for some big scores from him. You'd expect a good bounce back game from Bontempelli and the Bulldogs after a loss to the Hawks. So that's interesting. And who else did we have? We bought in Clark as well, who was good for a 71. So Bailey Dale, he was great on return. He got an 118, which is nice stuff there from him. And then Maxi Holmes, he took a bit of the midfield responsibility this week with the laid out to Bailey Smith. So he's got 152, which is unreal. Definitely a top six defender in my opinion now. Got a good run coming up, so he's someone you'd probably look to get in if you don't have him as well. And then Whitfield's kind of been playing out of position, which is a bit frustrating. So not really sure what's going on with him. I think he was playing a bit forward and in the midfield at some stages as well, which is a bit odd. So he's going to be super cheap. This is probably the cheapest you'll be able to get him for, but have us wait and see how he goes against Brisbane. And then, Gold Coast and West Coast after that are pretty favourable matchups for him. So would expect some good scores from him. And then Sandy Brock's been a great little rookie that's made a bit of cash for us. Probably could hold on to him again this week and wait until he's bye next week and trade him out then. Get a little bit extra cash from him. So to score a 70 is pretty good from him, so that's good. And then Clark's another guy that's going to go up a fair bit. And Coyne got the negative break even there, so that's handy. Carroll, not too sure about what I'm going to do with him. I think I might have to get rid of him. He dropped to 30, but then again, his break-even's only 34, so could be someone you do want to hold on to, maybe get rid of these other guys like Clay Hall and stuff. But for me, I think that Clay Hall's got better scoring ability compared to Carroll, but not too sure if he's ever going to come back or not. It seems to be the case that he's not coming back, so it would just be frustrating if we trade out Hall and then he does come back. So I'd probably prefer to trade out Carroll in that sense. But, at the end of the day, he might pump out a decent score for us this week against West Coast. So it's a bit of a 50-50 call there. And at least if you need someone else playing on the field, which I did need last week actually, that's why I held on. I mean, he was the difference from me getting 17 to 18 scores. So having him on the field helped me get the 18th score because Bailey Smith was out. So might be the case again this week. It depends on the team sheets. It'll probably be a last minute decision to see who you're going to trade out if you want to trade one of those guys. Bont was pretty disappointing. Kind of saw this happening. Not too sure if he was getting tagged or not. So I think I missed a bit of that game. I had a really big uni assignment due that night. So I've just been in robot mode for the last couple of weeks. So probably haven't been able to analyse SuperCoach fully. But doing Masters, got to focus on that, get it over and done with. And then, hopefully next year I can be a lot better at SuperCoach. But, kind of have been dropping off, which is a bit annoying. You got to focus on uni as well. So But yeah, I'm obviously obsessing over SuperCoach a bit, so it's good to see. Hopefully he can climb the ranks. Not in the top 10k, so that's annoying, but we need to do something different, I think. Lockie Neal was no good either, so 92, he's starting to drop in price. Could come down a fair bit more. You'd imagine he gets the Bedford tag this week as well, so that's not going to be good for us. And Merritt's been pretty shocking as well. He's super cheap now, which is crazy to see. He's got a 150 break even. You could see him going like pretty good against the Cats, but I think he's definitely going to cop a tag from probably O'Sheen Mullen or so on. I'd really doubt that he's not getting tagged, so that's unfortunate. I'll have two guys on my side that will be getting a tag, maybe Bont as well. And then Dacos has got the buy, so he's pretty cheap as well. If you want to get him next week, it would make sense to do that. Pretty frustrating that I've paid up for all of these guys and they're starting to come down, but it's just, the reality of SuperCoach. You don't really have to pay up, only for like Sherry, but other guys do come down at some point. So I think, you just believe in the hype too much, so you just want to get them in for the price and get their scores, but it is a bit of luck at the end of the day. And then Caleb Sarong's coming back, so he's at that price as well, which is pretty nice. Got North, so hopefully he's in for a big score. Rosie, yeah, he was good. And then Hewitt, we held on to Hewitt thanks to some feedback in the comments from some other guys, which is good. But yeah, his break even's pretty low, so I think I'll hold him this week as well. He'll go up another 24k. And then I'll probably trade him out next week with Brock, so when they've got their bye, so that'll be helpful for me. And then Clay Hall didn't play, Hushwade didn't play, Al Hooley was a bad pick from me. Paid up for him as well, and he's just not getting games. He's injured or something, which is no good. And Cambrioli's not coming back, it doesn't look like. The VC on Sherry, 153. Most people did this as well, you would imagine. So yeah, he was a clear VC option, and yeah, he went nuts against Flynn. And then Gawn played pretty well. He was due for a pretty big score there as well, but then he probably lost a fair few points at the end of the game when he kicked it to the Pies players, which would have been, devastating for him. And then Bailey Smith, he's missed the game. He's got, Essendon this week, so should be in for a monster game. I believe Durham's also out, so he's probably not going to get tagged. So he could be in the runnings for a VC option this week if you wanted to take a bit of a punt. Petrarca, well, not even really a bit of a punt. Hey, he's averaging 120. He's going nuts, which is crazy. Good on him. And yeah, Petrarca had a bit of a bounce back game. He's a bit stiff to only get 115. I think he played out of his skin. Probably had a few turnovers or something. But yeah, he was looking like he was in for a big score, and then he kind of came down a bit at the end of the game. Shea Bolton will be back this week. Warner's having the bye. Rankin's been no good. And same with Warner. It's just so frustrating to own these guys, but everyone's got them, so everyone's in sort of the same situation. Hopefully Bolton can go nuts for us. What's his past record against North? He's got the 141 in there, so hopefully he can go nuts. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I don't know how much his ownership is. What is it? I don't need to go. Yeah, 17% of teams, so it's not really a pod, but it's all right. And then hopefully McRae's back, so there are reports. He just needs to get through training and he'll be right. Gross could be on the chopping blocks for us. And Gray, not really sure what I'm doing with him. Could trade him out as well. I don't think he's going to come back anytime soon. Pretty sure he got injured in the VFL, so that's no good. And Jared Witts is my guy in flex, who I think he was the top scorer for the Gold Coast Suns last week, which was pretty nice. And now he's got what's he called, Madden or someone coming up, the rookie. So that'll be a nice VC option next week, you would imagine, if they play early in the week. Or they play later in the week, probably put the C on him. But yeah, if you wanted to have a bit of a punt, there's a few guys on my watch list, I think. Who have we got here? Got a few guys here. Who would I even suggest, I wonder how much Brayshaw is. How am I going to get this guy in? He's just so bloody good, He's probably going to go nuts this week. And then Zorko's dropping a bit. Don't know if I'd grab him. I think I probably wouldn't go there personally. I haven't gone there all year, so get rid of Rosie. Got him now. Get rid of Bont as well. Tom Green's pretty good. But yeah, just don't know who I'm going to finish my team with. Probably want like Butters and Brayshaw and all them, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to afford them. That's the issue. And then McKercher, yeah, he had a pretty crazy game. Probably should have got on him a couple of weeks ago when I actually added him to the watch list. But yeah, he's a bit inconsistent, a bit of a risky pick, but he definitely has the ceiling. So if he keeps these kick-ins and roll down back, then definitely someone to consider at that price point just to help finish the team off. And he's got the DPP swing, so that's kind of handy as well. Kadeem Coleman, don't know when he's coming back. Don't know about Filippo. Brian Myers, he's been going pretty good, but he's probably too expensive now to bring him in. Could go good against the Dons, but he doesn't really have the ceiling. Tom Stewart, I probably should have bought him in, but the reason I didn't want to get him in was because I wanted to go for Rosie because he's already had the bye, where Stewart would have, destroyed my team for the round 16 bye. So it's a bit frustrating not picking him in my side, but I think getting Rosie was probably the smarter thing to do for my team. Pay a little bit more for him. And then Walsh is coming good now, so got West Coast this week, should be in for a monster score, and then North, so pretty favourable fixture coming up. I probably won't go there, but then again, he's pretty well priced, about $4.89 if you did want to grab him this week as a bit of a pod and someone that's already had their bye. I don't know if I can afford to do it. I'll probably take the risk on some other guys. Dan Houston's quite cheap as well. I haven't really looked too closely at him, but probably wouldn't go there personally. He's a bit inconsistent this year. And then Flanders is shocking. He's dropped to 32, was it? That's actually just cooked. What happened to this bloke? So probably not. And Jez is dropping as well at 28. He could come out and pump out a 136 there, break even. So I don't know. I think if I'm getting Cameron, I probably want him around 400k or less than that. Dylan Shield probably not, and Harley Reid probably not. But going over the side, I've got 11 trades left and 165k in the bank at the moment, and I'm thinking, how the hell am I meant to finish my team here? If I go for Butters this week, I'm probably going to have to use 3 trades, which won't be ideal for the end of the season. So I think I won't do that. I'll probably just take the punt and not get Butters. Even though he's probably going to be the cheapest he'll be all year, you would imagine. I think I'm going to... Oh, he does have that 184 there, so that's not ideal. And it is in Adelaide as well, but then he pumped out a 98 last time. So I think I might actually just be a bit risky and not get him in. Does have the Swans next round, but he did go 164 against them. I think... not sure if the tag was there or not. I think it might have been, and he still went nuts. But he's a pretty good trade-in option this week. Help finish off your team. Not too sure about this McCarthy bloke, if I want him or not. Haven't really seen him play any games yet. He's got the DPP status, so I probably wouldn't go early on a rookie that I haven't seen play yet. And then Clossy isn't too bad if you need a rookie that might get a game, but not too sure about him. He seems to be the sub. He's got the the look to him that he's taking these big tackles and stuff, so that's also pretty handy. But yeah, he's most likely just going to be the sub for the Cats most of the time. And then McKercher, is someone that you probably want to bring in if you want to take a risk and climb up the ranks. But for the moment, what I'm kind of thinking is taking the punt as well with someone else. I think I'm going to go for trade out Carroll maybe. I think I have to trade out Carroll just for my team structure. I mean, to get the rookie in, what's his name? Johnson, yeah. I think I have to trade out one of these 187k players. And then I'll get rid of Huss Wade as well. And then I can... What can I do here? Probably want to keep Rosie in the midfield for the minute, just to cover. So I have playing rookies down back on the field. I'll swing Al Hooley down back, open up the midfield a little bit. And then I think I'm going to have a bit of a punt, honestly. I think I was actually thinking about doing this last week, so luckily I didn't pick up Cripps. That would have been an absolute disaster. So we got a heavy tag from Setterfield. So don't know, maybe Bailey Smith will get tagged by Setterfield. But yeah, that was a very lucky dodge there that I didn't grab him. I would have been fuming. It did trade out Sheasel a couple of weeks ago, so that was probably the wrong decision there. He went nuts. It was looking alright though at half time, I think, or like second quarter. It was on like 24, and I was like, oh yes, I've made the right decision. Then he's come back for like 100 point half or something, and yeah, I'm just like, hey, you bloody kidding me? But yeah, you'd be pretty happy if you had him. This is why you don't trade out your primos, but I had to do something risky. I didn't want to trade out McRae, so hopefully he does come back this week, McRae. But yeah, I'm thinking of having a bit of a punt this week. So yeah, was talking about the Blues, obviously. So I was looking at, who was it? Doherty, the man. So yeah, you probably, out of Doherty and McKercher, you probably want to go for McKercher just because he's got the DPP status, which is pretty handy. But for me, I think I would actually prefer to take the punt on Doherty just because he's a proven premium from the past. And if he's going to keep his roll down back, I think he can average like 105 or something at least. There's other guys here around the mark, like they're quite cheap that you might want to consider as well. Like, who was it? Dion Prestia. He's been going nuts. Yeah, it's 426k. Got the buy this week, so you can't really grab him this week. You might bring him in next week if you want. But yeah, going like 132 and 121. He's someone that I might actually consider bringing in next week as a value option. I think this is the time for me to take the punt on the value options. If I want to try and come back in the ranks, then I've got to do something a bit different. And I think this will be the play. I think I just prefer Doherty over McKercher at the moment, even though Doherty hasn't been taking any kickouts. I think that if it looks like his roll down back is slightly there, so or like coming back to fruition, so people might actually, like the coach might consider playing him down back more, which will be nice. I think it's worth the risk. Got West Coast coming up and North, so should be pretty handy. But I'll grab Johnson to finish off the trade there, and that means I'll only have to use like 2 trades. But is Doherty going to be a keeper? Not too sure. He'll be a handy like 24th player if we do hold on to him, but he might be more of like a stepping stone sort of player, so we could, trade him up to someone later in the year if we need to do that. But the reason I like Doherty was because he does have the high ceiling, but the only other thing was like I'm slightly concerned about him being the sub, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be the sub if he's playing down back. It will be dependent on team sheets. He does line up on the wing as well, so I don't know. I think he'll be right for the next 2 weeks anyway against the West Coast and North if he does have to play on the wing a little bit. But I think he'll be okay. And if he does get defender status, I could swing him down back to complete my defence. But yeah, I think this is the play. I was like keen on him in the first game of the round. I think he came on and just scored like 67 from not very long on the field. I think he was like a quarter activated sub there, but yeah, he's got the proven ceiling, so I think I'm going to take the punt on him over McKercher, because I was actually thinking about bringing in Doherty last week over Cripps, because I was like, why would I spend like the extra 100k on Cripps when I can grab Doherty? But that's a bit more risky. But yeah, I think I'll do it this week. I think I'll have a bit of a play. Allows me to keep Hewitt and Brock as well, so get another week out of those guys for cash gen, and then I can try and upgrade to someone next week if I wanted to. So who else do we want to finish the team with? So who do we need? We still need 3 rookies off the field, so nearly there. But yeah, I've got to be a bit more cautious about the trades. So next week we should probably try and get in Mills, I think, just to help finish the side off. But yeah, might be like a stepping stone type player as well. But I think we just bring him in. He scored the 107. I think he looks like he's starting to get some form back. And yeah, we can swing him down back for like Brock or someone. And then, try and use the leftover cash to start upgrading. I don't mind Wangaleen Malira if you want to grab him. It's probably at basement level pricing at the moment. But yeah, for me, I think I'm just going to do this a little bit more risky. If Doherty works out, it would be good. But yeah, then again, I could probably bring in Nas if I wanted to, and get someone that's like a top 8 or top 6 defender instead of just taking the punt. But I feel like, most people will do that. I might just take the punt this week on Doherty, be a bit different. And then it's a matter of who else would I get. So what's going on here? Players. Who would I actually want to finish in the midfield off is the question. Probably like, Brayshaw, not sure how I'm going to get him. Dunkley's not a bad shout. Dawson's probably too expensive for me. Not sure about Libba or Hewitt. Richards, he's pretty expensive. Will Ashcroft is a bit more expensive, but he's coming up. Probably won't get him. No, Randerson, what's his break even now? 126, yeah. Not too sure about him either. Heaney, he seems alright. Don't know if I would grab him or not though. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I think it's just a matter of waiting and seeing who's going to be like a good price for us. So, like maybe I'll bring in Dion Pressia next week, even though he's injury prone as hell. Could do that. Bit of a risk. It's around the same sort of price as Doherty. That's probably a fair play. He's just going to be in the guts the whole time. So I think I might actually take the punt there as well and trade him in. But yeah, Nank is someone that I probably want to get back in the team. He's starting to go back up in price, which is annoying. But yeah, once he comes back and he's got that run from round 17 to the end of the year, it's crazy. So pretty nice run coming home. If you don't have a flex player, I'd probably try and get in Nank after his bye. Honestly, I think he's going to be going nuts. But yeah, that's the team, what I'm thinking about doing. Pretty happy with it, to be honest. Need to do something different, as I mentioned, and looking into like the VCC options. Maybe I do the VC on Bont if I want to have a bit of a risk. How does Cherry go against the Dockers? Has only played them once, it looks like. Not too sure about that, but yeah, he's in unreal form, so you probably just put the C on him. Who else have we got? Any of the Adelaide boys against Hawthorn? Probably not. Brisbane versus GWS, don't think I would do the VC or C on anyone there. Merritt, probably unlikely. I think he's definitely going to get tagged. Bailey Smith could be a VC option. I feel like Bont's probably safer to VC over those guys because they'll probably get a heavier tag. Where Bont, well, you would imagine Bont will get a tag, but they probably won't really do much to him. He, from St Kilda anyway, I don't know who's going to tag him. That'll be good anyway. And yeah, McRae probably comes back in, so the tagger probably won't be in the midfield. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on the team sheets and all this, that sort of thing. North Melbourne, Freo, that could be an option. For Sherry, C if you want to do that, or maybe you take the punt on a VC on like Andy or Sarong, which isn't too bad. And then, Gawn's an obvious C. Sorry, I've missed that one. He's got back-to-back 177s, which is just ridiculous. So put the C on him. He's in good form as well. And then there's also the Carlton lads. If you want to have a bit of a punt there, you could do that with like a C option. But yeah, you probably would be a bit scared to put the C on like a Chera or someone like that. I don't know if he's going to play anyway, or like Cripps. I don't know, a bit risky there, but I think for me, I'm just going to do the VC on Bont into Gawn, pretty safe there. And then have a look at the league. I got defeated, which isn't too good. In most of them, nearly got Matt there, Caco's Reapers. He's coming first. So I'm coming 12th. I really need to come back somehow. It's weird how my league is going pretty well, the Bros League. So yeah, all the guys are going pretty good in here. I thought I was going pretty decent for like overall score. this round. But yeah, there's a few decent scores in there. Like Jason's got a 2,200, which is ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good week this week. Let me know in the comments as well down below, like what you're thinking of doing for your trades and everything, and if you've like finished your team off yet or whatever. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed this one. See you later. Bye.